Welcome to the Homesteaders of America channel. Today I am talking to you a bit about getting your homestead organized in the new year. And we're going to go over a quick introduction to the 2023 Homestead Journal Planner. And I hope that you enjoyed this year. Let's get started. I have a calf bottle and dishes and pure fashion of homestead craziness going on. But this year, in this video, we are talking about the Homestead Journal Planner. Look how big this thing is. This is a true powerhouse of a planner. Now, I want you to keep that in mind because this is not the planner, the cute little planner that you fit in your wallet or your purse or take with you wherever you go. This is a really big homestead management book. This is something that you keep with you on the counter or on a bookshelf. We specifically have it bound, and I think I might look at a little different option next year. I might look at perfect binding for next year, but this year we have the wrap, and it kind of looks like this. It is a spiral bound book so that you can kind of lay it flat. So we'll look at options for next year, but for now, I want to go over the 2020 management book with you. This is a planner, but it also helps you manage your money on your property, on your farm. It helps keep track of your finances, egg tally, livestock, medical records, passwords, garden planning, a lot of that. So this, just so you know, this is a powerhouse planner. This is not, I do not recommend carrying this around with you. It's a very heavy book, but it's a classic piece because we call it the Homestead Journal Planner because it forces you to journal every day. So one of the things that I loved about my grandfather's notebooks when he was farming, and he's passed away a few years ago, but he would always write down notes like, what was the weather that day? What did this cow do that day? Who was pregnant? What cow was pregnant? Did he grab tomatoes that day? Different things. But I took it a step farther with the beginning creation of this journal planner. I believe this is our third year now, where I want you to journal everyday life. What happened that day? Did your baby say their first word that day? Did your 13-year-old help you in the garden, just have amazing conversations with you? Did you make cheese that day and you made a mistake and you need to write that note down? Did you, just various different things like that. Journal your life, and it will be a timeless heirloom for your family for years to come, but also it'll be a good reference piece for you to look back and see what's been happening over the last year. 3 years from now, you might say, oh, this weather reminds me of 3 years ago, and I'm going to pull my planner off of that shelf, and I'm going to look and see what worked and what didn't work, and we're going to adjust to it this year. So keep that in mind as we go through this planner and what it looks like. All right, I'm flipping you around so we can see it. Here it is. It has this little jacket. It's like a thick cardstock jacket. I'm gonna open it up and you can see that it does have the spiral binding. That is so that it can lay flat, okay? So we're always just trying to find the perfect thing to do for you guys, what works best. We do have the tabs down the side here. This year we decided to do every month. We didn't do every month last year. We kind of did like monthly sections. And then we have a homestead planning section, and then our garden planning section, and then we have our 2023 vision section. So we're gonna go through this page by page, okay? We have your name that you're supposed to, who this planner belongs to. We're gonna start with our 2023 vision section, okay? We have some nice quotes throughout here. We're gonna start with our important notes from 2022. These are just things that you think are important. I've already started my planner, as you can see here, but I don't generally finish the important stuff until the end of the year, and so here's important notes from 2022, 2023 dates to remember. This is just a quick, oh my goodness, I need to remember what's going on for each month. So birthdays and things like that. We have our 2023 goals planner. So what's your main focus? This year, my focus is a sustainable home. I want to be sustainable. So family, real food, homegrown, herbs and health, home, wellness, financial, homestead, personal, all of this. And then it helps you kind of set your goals for each month pertaining to this. Love this page. Can't wait to finish filling it out. Here's your seasonal to do. You can see on here, look at this. I have no idea if this is going to happen, but I do want to write a new herb book. Shameless plug there. Not sure if that'll happen this year or not, but various things you can go through here. Here's your website login records. This is great for you to remember if you have a spouse or whatnot. That way all that information is right there. Here's a daily rhythm printable. So we made this a printable. You can just scan it for your everyday if you like having a printable. So morning, what are your to-dos? Just checking them off for each week or each day of the week. I'm not this person. I'll be honest. I do not do pages like this because I would just forget them, but I know a lot of you are. So that's why we put this in here. All right, more nice quotes. Now we're into the financial records, okay? So here's the 2023 goals and projects. We are starting with a barn on the chicken coop. We have our budget. I just kind of guesstimated this so I could show you. Goal date is by the end of January. Who? Mark, husband, of course. And then you kind of do your to-do steps. So first we needed the design, which we did. We need to order the supplies, dig the holes, which we did, and build it. You can break it down more if you want to. I have project number 2 on here, which is a cheese making course for myself, but I haven't finished filling that in yet. I have a goal to finish by May of this coming year. Watch AHG Symposium for me. And then over here will be bigger options for me, like expanding the garden, but I haven't filled that in yet. So this kind of keeps you on track. This gives you your monthly financial overview every month, your total income, your expenses, household, grocery, utilities, livestock and feed, garden, other, and then basically you subtract your expenses from your income every month so you can see how that plays out. And then we get into our monthly and weekly calendar. So here's our tab. At the beginning of each month, you have a goals and habit tracker. So like my intention is to wash dishes and clean the kitchen every morning. I want to get up every morning between 4:30 and 5:30, wash and clean my kitchen. Like that's my goal in the new year. And so you're just going to mark it off each day you do it so you can see how many days you did it. Fold laundry, that's never going to get done. I'm just telling you that right now. Drink 3 tumblers of water, and then I need to fill in the rest of this. So this is just a fun little thing to keep you motivated each month. We have our monthly view each month. So this is our January at a glance. We have our US holidays on here. And then we have the moon cycle on here. And then we have our project and to do for the month. And we have our notes for the month. So this is where you need to plan your whole month out. And then we get into just our monthly financial records. So if you have bills that need to be paid, this is where you need to put them, what your income is, your bills to pay, so on. Your pantry inventory, production or reduction, and your freezer inventory. This is something that you guys asked for, so we put that in the beginning of each month. Also at the beginning of each month, we have an egg tally, we have a dairy production, and we have a harvest production record. So whether that's, obviously in January for some folks, you're not really producing anything, but we decided to put these 3 things on these pages because these are the 3 main things that most people are doing on a daily basis. And now we get into our weekly look, okay? I really love this. We're gonna start on this page. We have weekly priorities, our weekly grocery list, which obviously for some people that's longer, but it may not be for you. In our notes, we have our month at a glance right here. What's a plant or harvest? So you're really gonna start using this when you start planting your seeds. And then we go into each day. This is our day view. So this is Sunday, January 1st. What's your priority focus that day? For me, I have to work in priority focus. Like I might have 10 million things to do, but what do I have to get done? That's what's going to go up here. Our goal tasks, our schedule, our kitchen tasks for that day, our chores, and what we need to delegate. Now, Quinn came up with this. Quinn is one of our HOA team leads. She's also going to be the managing editor of the new magazine. She has 8 kids, and so she knows that she needs to delegate a lot of her stuff. So she put that there, and here's an empty one for you. There's also a weather, so you can write down the weather for that day, and a menu if you want to plan that out in this little section right here. And here's your journal page right here. Beside each day, you have a journal entry, and we really encourage you to go through that and write down your journal every day. Okay, so at the beginning of each week, we have our month at a glance right there. This is the weekly beginning of each week, and then we go into our days. Okay, so that's how that works. So that's what it is for every month. I'm going to go to the end of the month just so you can see it. Okay, there's the end, and then we have a notes page. So you have a notes page for every end of the month that you might need if you need to make notes of anything. So we're going to the end of December now. And at the end of December, Here is our 2024 year at a glance. So this is where you can really start planning your new year before you get your new planner. And you can go through each month and make your notes from this year of what do you need to do in the new year. And then we have another quote here, and we get into our Homestead Planning tab right here. Okay, so the first step is homestead production and expense records. So these are our garden expenses and our garden production. This is stuff you're going to use all year long, okay? Poultry expenses, poultry production, dairy expenses and production, and just general livestock expenses and production. We have beekeeping expenses and beekeeping production, farm expenses and farm production. Now, before I go any further, we do have a homestead management printable on our website. If you're a member, you get this option for free where we break down more of this. So if you want more options, you can always get that as well. We have livestock health records. We highly recommend that you make copies of these before you start filling them out because you may have more than one animal. You know what I mean? This would be for one animal. Okay, so you might want to just make copies of these. This is great because it has medical records, vaccination, worming, etc. You put your name of your animal here, notes, breeding records, just writing down information. And so you can do that for just each animal, or you can print this out and have it all year for one animal. Now we're going into our garden planning. This is my favorite. I always love this section. We have our garden layout. We have 2 pages for that because we know some of you have super big gardens. I'm going to be utilizing that this year. And then we have another garden layout on this section with a key. This is just extra if you need it. Then we have our plant summary printable. I am super excited about this. Again, this is a printable, so make copies of this before you get started. And then what we do is we just insert it in here, like into the back. Next year, we might think about looking about getting pockets for this, but for now, we're doing this. It's just more economical. So make a copy of this, and you write down what your crop is, and then all the information that you need about this crop. And you're going to learn so much about this as you start planting in the new year. Next, we have our seed inventory. I think I could probably fill out both of these pages, so you might want to make a copy of this too, just in case. Then we have our seed sowing schedule. So it just says plant, indoor sowing date, days to germination, hardening off date, transplant direct sow date, fall sowing date, and notes. So this kind of keeps you organized. Food preservation inventory. We have 2 of those. And again, you might want to make printables of some of these. And then we have our home canning cheat sheets. So that's a really good cheat sheet for you if you don't want to break out your big book. This year we added a 2023 herbal inventory sheet. Again, I will definitely need to make copies of that. And then we're about done. Okay, that's it. So in the back it does how to use this planner. And we have links for you on how to use it with more information. It also gives you information for other products that we have. So like we have a business planner, we have homestead management printables. So you can expand on this planner, but obviously this is a really big planner already. Okay, it's a really massive honkin' planner for you guys. So just keep that in mind that we have more options, but we thought this was a really great way to get you started. Okay, so this is, again, not something that you're going to stick in your purse or anything, but it is something that you're going to keep on your counter to reference back to. All right, make sure you check the link in the description of this video. All of the information you need to order one is down there. Get started. Tag us on Instagram and Facebook and all those places to show us how you are using your Homestead Journal Planner from Homesteaders of America. We're excited to see it. Make sure you share it and let us know how you like it. Any suggestions that you want to change, we're always open to them for the next year's planner. All right, guys, thanks for joining us. And as always, happy homesteading.